Welcome to Red-tastic. Story 1. I, 18 female, just graduated high school. I don't have any immediate college plans. I'm not the brightest academically, and I do some freelance ID work on the side. My plan is to go to trade school to become an interior designer, and I have a good trade school lined up. 2 months ago, my sister, 28 female, had her second child. There were complications. Her baby was born premature and had to stay in the NICU for 2 weeks. My sister also had to have an emergency C-section and needed help with recovery. So my parents and I pitched in. After 2 weeks, my parents moved back home, but I stayed on to help since my sister's recovery was taking longer. I took care of her older kid, 3 female, and had the newborn prepping meals for the toddler, heating bottles, changing nappies, doing night feedings. And later, when my brother-in-law returned to work, I took over cooking too. I was exhausted and complained to my parents, but my mom kept telling me to stick it out for a few more weeks. Well, a few more weeks passed, and my sister was still relying on me for everything. It felt like she was just resting while I was doing all the work, and I would often see her on her phone. We argued a few times and she would always make me feel guilty, saying I didn't understand what a toll the C-section took on her body. Yesterday, my brother-in-law invited some co-workers over for a party. At first, he told me I had to prepare lunch for around 15 people. I refused, saying I was already doing enough without getting paid. Brother-in-law wasn't happy and called me a petulant child. I told him that if they wanted more favors, they should consider paying me, as I was already doing plenty for free and I was exhausted. At the party, I noticed some of the women were giving me weird looks. I ignored it until I overheard some female co-workers telling my sister they wished they had a Latina maid like hers, because I was making her life so easy. My sister laughed and said, "The dumber they are, the better." I was furious. I packed up and left without telling anyone and went back home. When I got home, my parents were surprised. My sister called me later, saying she needed help with feeding the baby, and I told her she could hire a dumb Latina maid if that's what she wanted. Now my sister and brother-in-law keep texting me demanding an apology and for me to come back. My mom thinks I should apologize and go back because I was being erratic, but my dad says I don't owe them anything. So am I the a-hole for leaving and not wanting to go back? Edit. I've never been considered bright in school, so being called dumb really hurt. My sister was always the smarter one in school, and I could never keep up with her. Her comment hit me where it hurts, because I've always struggled with feeling like I wasn't good enough compared to her. To clarify, our dad is mixed, and my sister got all of our mom's white genes and nothing from dad. I got all of my dad's mixed genes and nothing from mom, which makes me look Latina. Hearing them refer to me as a Latina maid just added another layer to the insult. Update. So, my sister and brother-in-law showed up at my parents' house looking for me. Brother-in-law immediately stared in on me, saying I suck for just giving up and running away from my responsibilities. I shot back that pretending his sister-in-law was a maid to his friends sucked even more. Things got heated, and my sister started calling me names, like back when we were children. That's when my dad stepped in and told them both off. He said if they wanted a maid, they could hire one, and stop trying to use me for free labor. My sister started crying, saying she really needed help, and they couldn't afford a live-in nanny. My dad just shrugged and told her that was her problem to figure out. For now, I'm staying put at home, and I'm not planning on going back to help them. I think my dad has my back on this one, but my mom still thinks I should go back because my sister needs help. Not happening. You're not the a-hole, OP. Your sister and her husband are. They're big ones, in fact. I understand that having a newborn and recovering from a C-section operation is not easy. Your sister does need all the help she can get, but she's an a-hole for taking advantage of your help. And definitely an a-hole for telling her guests you're her maid. Her husband sucks even more for calling you names instead of appreciating the help you're offering without pay and for expecting you to cook for his guests. I'm so glad your dad has your back. He's right. If they want a maid, they should hire one. And if they can't afford it, that's their problem. They had free help and they blew it. Don't go back there. I wish you good luck with your trade school. Story 2. Am I the a-hole if I don't want my girlfriend to bring her cat when she moves in? It's safe to say that I am a dog person. I've always loved dogs and always had dogs. And my dog that I have now is my best bud. I love how social they are and how much they show love back to their humans and that they are smart and trainable. I definitely do not like cats. Lots of people love them and that's fine. But I personally do not even slightly see the appeal of taking care of an animal that doesn't give two shits if you live or die. And that takes an insane amount of training and effort to learn even basic commands, which they will only ever do if they feel like it. I can't count how many times I've been scratched or bitten by a cat for no other reason than I dared to go near it. So yeah, not a fan. My girlfriend and I have been dating for coming up on 1 year, and she is a 1 in a million girl. When we're apart, I often find myself just wanting to spend time together. She's wickedly funny and always making me laugh out loud, and an amazing artist. And she has a cat. It is not a particularly bad cat or anything as far as cats go, very average. But I am on the opposite of a cat person that even average is bad. Have you ever hated someone so much that every little thing annoys you? That's what cats are like to me. And this cat is just everywhere when I'm hanging out at my girlfriend's apartment. Jumping up and down from shelves, stepping on my crotch, kneading my leg with its paws, and most importantly, claws. Yowling outside the bedroom door whenever I spend the night. My girlfriend of course loves him and doesn't see any flaws. All of this wouldn't be a problem, but as I said, we are approaching 1 year, and I have been thinking about our future together. I can see myself marrying this girl, and I want her to move in with me. But I do not want to have a cat. I don't even know if my dog will get along with it, and I know I won't get along with it. I've tried to talk to my girlfriend about the issue, and she just turns stone effing cold. Hey, maybe Cat can live with your parents when we move in together. They're in the same city as us. No, we're a package deal. I tried very calmly and rationally explaining to her the issue, and she outright said that I need to figure out what's more important to me, because either they both move in with me or we break up and stop wasting each other's time. Just full ultimatum and holding the relationship hostage. I feel like I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place here. If she's playing hardball, would it be an a-hole move for me to play hardball right back and say that she can't move in until she rehomes the cat? You're the a-hole, OP. You're putting your feelings of hatred for cats over your girlfriend's feelings. She's not the problem here. You are, because you're giving your girlfriend an ultimatum too, even if you don't think so. I think you should ask yourself this. If the roles were reversed, would you rehome your dog to go live with your girlfriend? Or would you tell her you and your dog are a package deal? If you want the relationship to work, you need to get past your hatred and compromise. And P.S. you need to also do more research about cats. They can be just as loving as dogs. Now for some comments. Yeah, you're the major a-hole here. How would you feel if that was reversed? Sorry, but when we move in together, you can't keep your dog. I hate dogs. You can't bring him. I don't like how they bark. I don't like how they pant. I don't like that they can't take care of themselves. No dogs. You would nope the F out of that. Your dog is your best friend. Her cat is probably her best friend. Either compromise or it's not going to work. You're the a-hole. You are holding the relationship hostage. She had the cat when you met her, but you now want her to get rid of him because you don't like them. How would you feel if she asked you to give up your dog? Don't say it's different because cats are different. That's just your opinion. The cat is her pet whom she loves and wants to keep. You obviously haven't even tried to get along with him, and good for her for sticking to her guns. Maybe she isn't the girl for you, seeing as she's a cat person. If you don't agree with that, do better and get to know the cat. You might like him, so might your dog. You are a huge a-hole. For a start, cats absolutely do care about humans. I took mine to the vet today because he had a sprain in his leg and I had to leave him there for a few hours to be tested and get an x-ray. He was overjoyed to see me when I came to pick him up. Just because a cat has never liked you doesn't mean they aren't capable of loving people. Secondly, you're just a selfish bastard. You say that your dog is your best bud and you love him deeply. If your girlfriend asked you to get rid of him, just out of annoyance, would that at all seem reasonable to you? It wouldn't. What makes your relationship with your pet more important than hers? Story 3. Am I the a-hole for getting angry at my significant other when being told to shave? Hi, I'm 28 male, have been with my significant other, 28 female, for 3 years and we have a great solid relationship. At the moment, it's a long distance. Relevant, but we'll be reunited soon. However, as with all relationships, we have our disagreements. Here is one thing, however, that causes more discontent than I think it should. I generally shave my beard, if you can call it that anyway, as it's better for work and I generally prefer to be clean-shaven. But sometimes, 1. I like to have it grow a little bit and see how it looks, etc. And 2. I just can't care to shave and so it grows a little bit. Having said that, I'm almost always clean-shaven. So the thing is, my significant other doesn't like me when I don't shave. She is very, very, very vocal about not liking that. I would understand if she were next to me and she didn't like the feeling of the beard, which is why I never let it grow when we were in the same city. But now that we're long distance, she doesn't even have to deal with that. It's been growing for a week, and she's been complaining non-stop multiple times a day, and certainly every time I try to send her a nice picture. It annoys me to no end because I don't really like being told what to do with my body, maybe immature, whatever. Especially if it's within reason. I'm not getting a full body dragon tattoo. The beard can be shaved in 5 minutes and it's gone. So every time she tells me that I should shave because I'm ugly with my beard, and she says it's as if I was overweight or other offensive things. I cut contact with her for a while. I think it's the only way to let her really understand that I don't like or accept this behavior. Am I the a-hole? Now for some comments. Not the a-hole. Before reading this, I thought I was going to say no a-holes here, but sometimes my boyfriend's facial hair makes it uncomfortable to kiss. Sometimes causes breakouts on my face, but that doesn't really make sense because you guys are long distance. She sounds controlling and that's rude of her to insult your whole appearance because of it. Honestly, leave her. Not the a-hole. It's not her face and she can get over it, to be honest. If she loves you, she will see that you're the same person with or without the beard and love you either way. It's not a big deal. It's just a little hair. She already told you a few times and you're aware of her opinion and she knows you're aware. At this point, she should just leave it alone and let you be because at the end of the day, it's not even affecting her. Sure, she has to look at that, but I'm sure having a little hair doesn't magically turn you ugly. And if it does, was she that attracted to you in the first place? Her attraction seems very conditional. Not the a-hole, dude. Even if you wanted to get the dragon tattoo, it's your body, not hers. You are not her possession. She should care about your feelings more than your looks. What if, God forbid, you got into an accident and were disfigured? Would she stick around or leave? I would get a fake tattoo on my face and see how she reacted. But I'm a shit disturber. The only thing I can say that may justify her opinion in any tiny way is this. Do you resemble a known criminal when you have facial hair? Or was she assaulted by a bearded man? Because unless it's causing her rug burn, it shouldn't be an issue.